welcome to this week's video. For this week, I'm going to be doing a book haul, and these are a few books that I picked up, and one of them was actually a birthday gift, so from a certain someone, so that will be nice to show off for you guys. These are a few books that I picked up in between lockdowns. So yeah, let's just get started. My first one is The Hero of Hope Springs by Macy Yates. I'll read the back blurbs for you guys as well. The Hero of Hope Springs by Macy Yates. For as long as brooding cowboy Ryder Daniels has known Sammy Marshall, she has been his sunshine. Her free spirit and bright smile saved him after the devastating loss of his parents and gave him the strength to care for his orphaned family. Only Ryder knows how vulnerable Sammy is, so he's kept his attraction for his best friend under wraps for years. But what Sammy's asking for now might be a step too far. Something has been missing from Sammy's life, and she thinks she knows what it is. Deciding she wants a baby is easy. Realizing she wants her best friend to be the father is complicated, especially when a new heat between them sparks to life. When Sammy discovers she's pregnant, Ryder makes it clear he wants it all. But having suffered the fallout of her parents' disastrous relationship, Sammy is wary of letting Ryder get too close. This cowboy will have to prove he's proposing out of more than just honor. Oh, it's friends to lovers, which I love. And it's Macy Yates, who I absolutely adore. I love her cowboy romances so very, very much. So much so that I have another one from Macy Yates. This one is The Heartbreaker of Echo Pass, with a bonus story included. And the bonus story is maybe I'd call it like a novella, The Solid Gold Cowboy. So The Heartbreaker of Echo Pass, including The Solid Gold Cowboy by Macy Yates, and we will read the blurb for The Heartbreaker of Echo Pass. Shy Iris Daniels is on a mission to shake up her life. She's sick of being underestimated, and she's got a new business plan to prove it. The one thing she didn't factor in is her new landlord, Griffin Chance. The gruff mountain man isn't what she expected, but Iris recognizes the pain in his eyes. Yet the attraction he ignites is much more unfamiliar, and might be the perfect chance for Iris to embrace the adventure she yearns for. Griffin Chance knows firsthand how senseless the cards dealt in life can be. He wouldn't have isolated himself on a remote mountain ridge if he didn't. Innocent Iris craves excitement, and he's a man who thought he'd forgotten how to feel. But when their connection grows deeper than either of them anticipated, Griffin has to decide if he can put down the pain of his past and step into a love he never believed possible. That's The Heartbreaker of Echo Pass. So I love those sort of also gruff, grumpy heroes, and who learn to have feelings again, and learn to embrace the feels again. So that one. The next one is Daniel Silva's The Order. Clearly not a romance. But the reason I picked it up is legendary spy and art restorer Gabriel Allon, Allon, has slipped into Venice for a much-needed holiday with his wife and 2 young children. But when Pope Paul VII dies suddenly, Gabriel is summoned to Rome by the Holy Father's loyal private secretary, Archbishop Luigi Donati. 1 billion Catholic faithful have been told that the Pope died of a heart attack. That's never what he actually died of in these things. He never dies of natural causes in these things. Donati, however, has 2 good reasons to suspect his master was murdered. The Swiss guard who was standing watch that night of the Pope's death is missing. So too is the letter the Holy Father was writing during the final hours of his life, a letter that was addressed to Gabriel. The book is a long-suppressed gospel that calls into question the accuracy of the New Testament's depiction of one of the most portentous events in human history. For that reason alone, the Order of St. Helena will stop at nothing to keep it out of Gabriel's hands, a shadowy Catholic society with ties to the European far right. The Order is plotting to seize control of the papacy, and it is only the beginning. Y'all, you know how much I love my religious thrillers. I am not a big mystery person, but if you throw in some religious mystery, I am there for that. Dan Brown, Steve Barry's The Third Secret, I am all about it. So I'm really looking forward to The Order. Next, we have this mountain of a book that you will no doubt be familiar with. Stephen King's The Stand. Now, I remember the 1990 miniseries, and loved it absolutely. So I had to get it on DVD, so I got that on DVD. And I think it's Amazon Prime has remade the series, the miniseries, The Stand, and I think I'm up to episode 4 so far on it, and enjoying that very much as well. Enjoying sort of comparing that one to the 90s one, and seeing the differences and stuff. And I had the book years ago, years and years and years ago, but somehow between moving and stuff, I lost it somewhere. I don't know where it is anymore, but I had to get it, and I had to get it I don't know if the one I had was the full version, because I know there's some editions of The Stand out there that are shorter, and then there's ones that are unabridged, and this one is the unabridged at some 1,000 something. Yeah, it was over 1,000 pages, and you know how I love my big books. Diana Gabaldon, I'm looking at you. So let's, if you're not familiar with Stephen King's The Stand, let's read the blurb, shall we? A patient escapes from a biological testing facility unknowingly carrying a deadly weapon, a mutated strain of super flu that will wipe out 99% of the world's population within a few weeks. Those who remain are scared, bewildered, and in need of a leader. Two emerge. Mother Abigail, who in the original miniseries was played by Ruby Dee, who in this reimagined version, in this remake, is played by Whoopi Goldberg. The benevolent 108-year-old woman who urges them to build a peaceful community in Boulder, Colorado, and Randall Flagg, the nefarious Dark Man, who, in my opinion, the new Randall Flagg in the Amazon Prime version is really hot. That's all I'm going to say about that. Who delights in chaos and violence. As the Dark Man and the peaceful woman gather power, survivors will have to choose between them and ultimately decide the fate of all humanity. Lord, y'all know how I also enjoy these end-of-the-world type books. The end of the world with religious elements. I'm not so much into the apocalyptic in the sense of the Hunger Games or Divergent or stuff like that. Not just those sort of never really grabbed me. I like the sort of apocalyptic stories that have a religious component to them. Not ones that are preachy or I used to like the Left Behind series of movies till Kirk Cameron lost his mind, and they became really ridiculously preachy, and just no, that's not what I mean. Just, no. But sort of a step back from the crazy. Those kind of religious books and movies I enjoy. So, love the Stand miniseries, loving the new remake as well. And so really looking forward to reading the book. That's a monster of a book. This next one was a gift. It was a birthday gift from my sister. She said that, I think it came up on one of those, like, you may also like things when you shop. And she read the blurb, and she thought that it would be perfect for me. Let me tell you why. Her teen crush is now a ruthless killer and a powerful mafia heir. Will one life-altering night unite or destroy them? Bennett Mazzone grew up ignorant of the truth. He is the illegitimate son of the most powerful mafia boss in New York, until it suited his father to drag him into a world where power, wealth, violence, and cruelty are the only currency. Celebrating her 21st birthday in Sin City should be fun for Sierra Lawson, but events take a deadly turn when she ends up in a private club surrounded by dangerous men who always get what they want, and they want her. Ben can't believe his ex's little sister is all grown up, stunningly beautiful and close to being devoured by some of the most ruthless men he's ever known. The Vegas trip is about strengthening ties, but he won't allow his associates to ruin her perfection. Although it comes at a high price, saving Sierra is his only choice. The memory of Ben's hands on her body is seared into Sierra's flesh for eternity. She doesn't regret that night, not even when she discovers the guy she was crushing on as a teenager is a cold, calculating killer with dark impulses and lethal enemies who want him dead. Understanding the risks, she walks away from the only man she will ever love, stowing her secrets securely in her heart, until the truth becomes leverage and Sierra is drawn into a bloody war, a pawn in a vicious game she doesn't want to play. As the web of deceit is finally revealed, Ben will stop at nothing to protect Sierra, even if loving her makes him weak. In a world where women serve a sole purpose and alliances mean the difference between life and death, can he fight for love and win? So that's why she picked it for me, because she knows me. And she knows my love of mafia romances, and I love this genre so much that, that's Condemned to Love by Siobhan Davis. And I love this genre so much that I wrote a trilogy in it myself, and it's the Blood Vows trilogy. If you haven't checked it out, the first book is The Vendetta, then The Betrayal, and then The Secret, and it's available under my author name, E. Jamie, in Amazon, if you want to go check that out. So, since I love all things mafia romance, she saw this and thought of me, and I thank her very, very much for it. My sister, Julie LeBlanc, she of the fantastic Outlander videos. And lastly, we have another favorite genre of mine, World War II, The Warsaw Orphan by Kelly Reimer. And the blurb is not on the back, it's on the inside cover. In the spring of 1942, young Elizbieta Rabinek is aware of the swiftly growing discord just beyond the courtyard of her comfortable Warsaw home. She has no fondness for the Germans who patrol her streets and impose their curfews, but has never given much thought to what goes on behind the walls that contain her Jewish neighbors. She knows all too well about German brutality, and that it's the reason she must conceal her real identity. But in befriending Sarah, a nurse who shares her apartment floor, Elizbieta makes a discovery that propels her into a dangerous world of deception and heroism. Using Sarah's credentials to smuggle children out of the ghetto brings Elizbieta face to face with the reality of the war behind its walls and to the plight of the Gorka family, who must make the impossible decision to give up their newborn daughter or watch her starve. For Roman Gorka, this final injustice stirs him to rebellion, with a zeal not even his newfound love for Elizbieta can suppress. But his recklessness brings unwanted attention to Sarah's cause, unwittingly putting Elizbieta and her family in harm's way, until one violent act threatens to destroy their chance at freedom forever. Inspired by the real-life heroine who saved thousands of Jewish children during World War II, the Warsaw Orphan follows Elizbieta and Roman's perilous attempt to reclaim the love and life they once knew. From Nazi occupation to the threat of communist regime, Kelly Reimer has penned her most meticulously researched and mostly compelling novel to date. I love World War II novels, particularly romances, but really any sort of World War II set novel I am all about. So definitely looking forward to this one. Yeah, and so that is going to be it for this week's video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you enjoyed them. Don't spoil anything, because that would make you an ass butt. And so that'll be it. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.